Why omega-3s? All right, so when it comes to omega-3s, they're known as the anti-inflammatory oil from Mother Nature, literally fish. And every disease known to man will go up exponentially when your omega-3 content drops and your omega-6 content goes up. And what that means, the omega-6s are pro-inflammatory. They're known as which oils cause pain. And they literally will cause physical pain and brain pain, emotional pain, depression. And so a lot of people don't realize the reason there's so much physical pain, it really is from too much omega-6. And about 50 years ago, the government changed our fish oils, our oils, and they switched it to synthesized vegetable oils, like canola oil, vegetable oil, soybean oil. And the omega-6 content is very, very high. And they did that because they thought they were lowering cholesterol, which has since then been proven not to be legit at all. And so your best oils are the ones that came from animals and fish. So back to omega-3. There's a certain ratio in Mother Nature that's actually deemed to be quite healthy for human beings, and that's when your omega-3 content to your omega-6 content, there's a 6-to-1 ratio. And so once your omega-6s, your inflammatory oils, the bad oils, once they exceed that 6-to-1 omega-3, every disease known to man goes up exponentially. Well, every single restaurant in the United States, almost a whole food supply, is very, very high in omega-6s. So now we're in year 2020, and now that ratio is totally out of control. And so now the omega-6 content in most people is at 45, and then the omega-3 content is at 1. So we see why we're in a highly diseased state. So what do? First and foremost, you gotta be aware of which oils are very high in omega-6s, and walk to any store and that's what you're gonna get. It's gonna be the vegetable oil. And so you wanna go back to simply eating oils that are very high in omega-3, but you can't cook with them. So your omega-3s are meant to be cold. And the reason is they oxidize very quickly. And same thing with olive oils. And so if you cook with olive oil, especially virgin olive oil, it will oxidize. So these very sensitive oils had to be in a cold form. And then your preferred choice to cook your food or fry your food will be your saturated fats, which got a horrible name. Your saturated fats are quite good for you. For an example, my cholesterol is 180, which is pretty good, and I eat red meat 5 times a day. So there's been a big myth that if you eat a lot of meat, saturated fat, you'll have high cholesterol. It's actually not true. So what do? You want a lower disease state, you're quite inflamed. One, be aware of the omega-6 content in the food. Cook at home is the best way to do it. So get the grill out, cook at home, and use real grass-fed butter. And you can cook with walnut oil, or avocado, or coconut. Those are high heat oils, they don't turn rancid, and you can recycle them. And so most restaurants are like, we're trans fat free. So everybody on the planet knows that there's no safe level of trans fatty acids are extremely cancerous. But what they don't tell you is when you use a vegetable oil and you recycle it, it's just about as dangerous. So you should not recycle omega-6 oils. So if you're deep frying with vegetable oil, you do not reuse that oil. However, if you're using a saturated fat, you can reuse the oil. It does not go rancid. So here's the tip that I'm going to give you right now is you actually take a very high dose of omega-3s if you are inflamed, never had fish oil, or you think you're sick, is you try to exchange that ratio. There is a dose for fish oil you can take. It is a 1 gram equivalent to your body fat. So if you're a fat bastard and you're at 45% body fat, that means you take 45 grams of fish oil. And yes, it's very expensive, but there's your motivation. If it's expensive, it gets a good result. Or if someone's very sick, you can take a very high dose. So try to get the ratio back closer to Mother Nature, And so you could take anywhere from 5 to 15 to 45 grams of omega-3s while you're trying to lower your omega-6s. And I think you'll be pleased what happens. Jimmy Jack.